What's up, YouTube? I'm Zero Zeus, and welcome back to another Boruto video. This is going to be my Boruto manga chapter 48 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. And yeah, I know it's like took me forever to get here, but look, like I have like a strange schedule to work between, so just like bear with me if you're watching this. Please, thank you and thank you. But anyway, it's like a lot of things to talk about that I'm pretty sure that you've heard 100 times, but if you're here, you want to hear me talk about it, right? Basically, I made a couple of videos that I feel like justified. Like, it's really nice. Like, I was like, what if, like Cash and Koji survives, and stuff like that, and just little things that I threw out like that. And it's just so crazy that some things came to pass and some things didn't. So in the beginning of the chapter, it basically breaks off into the continued fight between Ashiki and Cash and Koji. And basically, jigging isn't even a thing anymore. But I just decided, hey, put the homie in put the homie in the video, because he definitely deserves it. He had to die like that so terribly. But anyway, they're basically fighting, and you could just see that Ashiki is a whole god just the whole time, and just the way that he's talking to him, and just like he's just belittling him at every corner and just stuff like that. Yeah, you could just tell this is the almighty Ashiki. It's just like he was telling him, I know I'm just talking about events out of order, but bear with me. I think he was saying like his body was brimming with so much power and all this stuff like that, and you could just tell and just look at him like, yeah, he's not somebody you should mess with, man. He doesn't look like one of those guys you could pull one over on, right? And basically he was saying, he has so much power and stuff like that, but because of that same fact, like the body, he only has like a couple of days of life, maybe like 2 or 3 days, something like that. And he basically, it was like, yeah, he only has that much time left, but it's like he just swat Catch and Koji like a fly, is basically what he's been trying to say, insinuate in every type of way this whole time, right? And he was also in the midst of like trying to hint to him, like Amato just pulled one over on him, and basically left Cash and Koji out there with his neck out. And yeah, you're about to get the axe, my boy. That's the way that it was looking, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted him to survive. I definitely wanted him to survive, because I wasn't as a big a fan of Jiraiya, but I was like, don't get me wrong, when he died, it was like, oh my god, and stuff like that. Like, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of it, it was still sad and stuff like that. But I think Cash and Koji is cooler than Jiraiya. And I made this video about how in my video about how, what if Cash and Koji survives, basically I talked about how, it's always the chance of him being stronger than Jiraiya, because for one, scientific ninja tools, right? He is what I think is he a cyborg, or yeah, I'm just not gonna, that's something that I'm not gonna speak on just yet, but I think it's a cyborg, I think so. And it's just like, because of simple things like that, I believe that he's better than him, like he's stronger than him. And because of the fact that, wait for it, that perfect sage mode, I also talked about that too. Like, it might be a chance that he could actually be a perfect sage. He might be able to go into perfect sage mode. It was just like a couple of callbacks to the video that I actually just made and threw out there, and it was like, maybe, huh? And it was just like a couple of things that I was just spouting on about, like I did mention, and just like, I don't know, pat on the back for that one, right? But I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. So it was a lot of moments. I know it was so many moments. Like, a lot of people say that this reminds them of Pain. It definitely reminded me of Pain. It was a lot of moments where you could definitely see similarities between situations that were going on between Pain and Jiraiya, and like Ashiki and Cash and Koji. And it's not all of them. I'm pretty sure it's probably somebody out there that's like, no, but it's just like, hey, come on, dude. It's like, if it's there, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just like, it's probably not identical shot for shot and stuff, but sometimes they hit it right on the head, and there's nothing wrong with that. I thought that was cool. And the craziest thing about it too, okay, you have this going on. While you have this going on, you have Amato and You have all of this stuff going on in Leaf 2 at the same time. They still have the bomb around Shikade's neck, or so they think they do. And so at the same time, basically, Jigen is relaying the information to Cash and Koji. Like, he offered you up, and he basically went to Konoha, right? He went to take asylum over there and leave you out here to be the prey. And he knew you didn't have the power to beat me. And at that point, you know, he basically doesn't want to hear what he has to say. He activates the perfect sage mode and he goes in. And at the same time, you know, basically Yamato is telling Naruto, Shikamaru, and stuff. He basically just duped everybody, Kara, the Leaf Village, and everybody, because he just had like a collar, I think it was, around Shikade's neck, but it was a real bomb around the branch. So it was like he played things very carefully, and just like it was no way that you were gonna be caught and you were gonna be suspected or anything different because of the fact that, okay, maybe that might be a fake collar, but this one over here just blew a branch off a big thick tree. So it's just like, I don't know. And it was one thing that stuck out to me too that I thought was cool too. Katasuke, he basically said, or I don't know how you say it, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but basically he was saying like, oh, you have to offer up all your scientific ninja tools and stuff for, you know, Konoha to work with, research, and, you know, look into. And I think that's like something that's going to be really cool in the future. That's going to be super cool. Like, I think that's really cool. And, you know, you'll see Konoha start to make more of a scientific advancement. Like, don't get me wrong, they are definitely up there, I'm not lying, but it's just like compared to stuff like Kawaki and Delta and stuff like that. Maybe Orochimaru or something, you know, Orochimaru most definitely with Mitsuki, but it's just like Konoha not so much. It's like Akara, I really feel like, you know, people like Orochimaru and like the Kara organization period with their technology is just advanced. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, you know, but yeah, it just like, it was a crazy chapter. I really think this was like super cool. My boy Cash and Koji actually survived. My whole video was about like, what if he didn't die? And he definitely didn't die. I think he like reverse summoned himself out of there, and it was just like one of them, because I thought it was about to be over for him. It was definitely looking like that Jiraiya last moment when Pain, and, you know, like he, you know, carved the numbers into the back of the toad and he jumped in the water and he just died after that. Like, that's what that looked like. So they definitely got me with that one, but I'm so happy that he survived, because I think that's really cool. And it's like, where else is he gonna go back to besides Konoha, right? And he has to eventually run into Amato. You know, they're definitely gonna have to like do that little thing that they like kind of, you see a few snippets of in the last few chapters of like Naruto and him. You know, it's gonna have to be one of those situations. One thing I also want to talk about, right, is how, like, I didn't mention this the whole video, but my boy Sasuke definitely, like, he just like put my boy Boruto on blast, and it's like he act like he wanted to go help him. He just was talking about how they aren't strong enough, and he's right. He's definitely right. But Sasuke is like, I have this will. Naruto has this will. Like, I'm willing to die for this right here. And it's like, are you willing to do the same? And it's just like he kind of gets that look, and he's like a shut mouth, and it's just like, I could kind of understand that. And maybe he doesn't have it right now, but, you know, eventually he'll build up to the point where he does. But it's just kind of like that reality check real fast. Like, you want to be like us, but, you know, just slow your roll. But yeah, this chapter was amazing. I love this. I came home from work, and it was just like, I finally have free time. It is time to do something that I want to do, and this was definitely one of the first things. I'm so sorry that it came so late. Hopefully next month, I could get it off better than that. But if you watched all the way to the end, please and thank you. But this is the end of the video. This has been my Boruto Manga chapter 48 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week.